with your group, how they've looked through this session?
It looked good. You know, we had our times. I think the learning curve of it has been shortened. The guys have learning what to do, you know, how to practice, you know, how we go about our day-to-day business. And for the most part, been satisfied.
Mike, how does the offense's switch to tempo and going fast affect you guys in practice and might affect you in the fall?
Well, knowing what to do as far as the players, you know, guys got to know what to do. You know, everything is happening really fast. You know, getting the signal from the sideline, knowing exactly how to line up, and just tempo and being ready to go. You know, I love it. You know, it gets us ready for during the season. You never know if you may face it during the season, so it prepares you in practice and gets you ready for the season.
Have you had any injury?
How have you guys handled that in terms of being ready, getting lined up in the right spot, making the adjustments on the fly that you want to make?
I think early on it was a little rough. You know, you definitely got to be in, you know, well conditioned, in shape. You know, that's the first thing to show the guys that's, you know, in shape, you know, and ready. That's the first thing. And I think they've adapted to it. They're ready for it now. You know, you see there the practice we just had. It was another tempo period. Guys looking around, and you kind of see, you know, you learn which guys know what to do and which guys are kind of just falling into place.
Have you had any injuries out there throughout this spring?
I don't think we have any major injuries. You know, that's a question there for, you know, Coach Muschamp. But in my position, we haven't had any major injuries.
And getting back to the tempo, you know, how crucial is it to have a guy out there in that second level of defense that can call that signal on the fly, call that audible, and get them lined up against that kind of speed?
That's big. You know, you actually want to have a guy in the secondary. You actually want to have one in the linebacker and the D-line also. You know, just a guy that can relay the call, you know, guy that can take charge out there and run the show, so to speak.
Who is that guy in your group?
Right now, Dennis Warner. He's a guy who's, you know, learning how to become a leader. You know, he's one of those guys who lead by example. You know, so every day I'm getting on him about, you know, not only doing your job but bringing somebody along with you. You know, and you know, he's adapted to it and he's doing a great job at it.
Is he playing mostly buck now?
Yeah, he's playing a little bit of everything. You know,
Okay.
you know, he's on the field. You know, we're moving around a lot of guys who had a lot of production for us last year. So, you know, we're trying to feed off of that and find some of the things that he can do really, really good for us.
What does that do for you guys, being able to maybe put him in and get $2 on the field?
Well, what you're doing is you're actually getting, you know, your best 11 guys on the field, and you know, kind of finding out some of the things the guys do really well, and try to put them in that position.
What kind of development have you seen from Brad Johnson, kind of from the end of last season up to now?
Oh man, it's been a big jump. You know, I'm really proud of that kid, man. You know, last year I kind of rode him. You know, I was on him a lot early on in the season. He didn't play early. I told him why. You know, he wasn't ready to play early, in my opinion. You know, he's a guy who got all the tangibles. He can run, he can hit, strong, explosive. You know, but you know, on this level, you got to, you know, the techniques and all those little things that you tend to take for granted. You know, they show up on a game. You know, so and he's been working. He's been working hard at it. He worked hard in the off season. And it's showing up here in spring ball.
Was that a problem of him just getting a little bit lighter, watching more film, or just listening to what he was doing wrong and trying to make it better?
Yeah, just, you know, adapting to college ball, man. High school ball, you can be the strongest guy, the fastest guy, and just run around. You know, in college ball, I say in high school you can do that. In college ball, it doesn't work. You got to know what to do. And, you know, I try to tell the guys, you know, defense is like a machine. You know, you're just one part of this machine. And if your part is not working, the machine doesn't work, you know. So he had to learn, you know, what exactly to do, and he's doing it.
I guess Bryson's going to line up a little bit of everywhere for you guys.
Right.
How has he been this spring, and how has he shown that he's ready to be back after missing so much last year?
He's been good, man. You know, right now he's not able to practice with us, you know, so he's in all the meetings, and, you know, he's the older guy, but I pick on him like he's one of the younger guys, and I told him why. You know, you're the older guy, so I'm going to make you stand up at the board and draw things up. I'm going to call on you in the meetings just to keep you sharp and mentally, you know, in tune with what's going on, and he's been great about that.
Is it a case, Mike, of once he's cleared to play, he automatically goes back out there on the field and starts, or will you tell him, you know, you have to re-earn your spot?
Well, that's a decision that, you know, the head coach, you know, speaks on. You know, my job is to get him ready to play. You know, he decides who play and when they play, you know, and my job is to get him ready and make sure he's ready on Saturday.